Hi everybody, it's me Valerie, the Crafty Val Girl. I hope you're all having a beautiful day. Today, we're going to make some tags. I had a bunch of these little magazine strips left over for making homemade envelopes. These are little cut-off pieces. Don't like throwing anything away, so here's what we're going to make. We're going to make these cute little, I guess I call them crisscross tags, okay? All right, here we go. They're about a ½ inch wide or so. Let me see here. A little bit over a ½ inch. What is that? About 5/8, I guess. And I didn't measure anything, so just it does, because that doesn't matter. The size doesn't matter. Now all we're gonna do to get to crisscross these, they're kind of like when you would do your woven pot holders. We're just going to kind of weave our pieces together. But there is a way to do this without getting glue just everywhere. I like to glue every joint on this just to give it some good stability. I'll just pick one to start here and find one that I want to go. This is going to be the direction of our tag. All I'm going to do is just put a little bit of glue under there and square this first set up, okay? Now, there's lots of ways you can do this, but I find this is one way that you're not going to get glue just everywhere, okay? So just follow along with me and you'll see why. We're going to alternate this next one and we're going to glue it on top. Put glue on the back side of our piece. We're going to butt it right up against the one in front of it. Now, you don't want these two to overlap at all like that. See how they're overlapping there? That will cause us a problem later. So be sure that they're just right exactly next to each other, or even if you have just a slight space in between, that's fine. But you really want to be sure that this is, these do not overlap, okay? All right, the next one we're going to put underneath. I like this one. It's got the pretty pink rose on it. It's kind of the what we call over-under when we're weaving. Again, you want to be sure that there's either just a little bitty gap there or they're touching right together. If you're hanging over on this end just a little bit, that's okay. We can trim that off and I'll show you. I'll kind of leave a little bit there so I can show you how to trim that off. Okay. All right, this next one will go over the top. See, you can see this one's got a little curved edge. I'll show you what we're going to do there. It's not a big deal. It's not going to show up. I'm going to do 6 deep and 4 wide. Make these however big you want to. I think we used to make placemats when we were a kid, doing this with our construction paper a long time ago. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Okay, this one will go under. Remember how this one's not so straight? That's okay. Just move your piece over a little bit where that hump is going to not overlap. It's okay that there's a space. Perfectly fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have one more. And this one will go over the top. Okay. Now see, these were all different lengths. It doesn't matter because we're only going to be going 4 wide and then we're going to trim them. Okay, now here's how we're going to do, excuse me, this next row. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to find my piece. Now, because this one was under this piece that goes across here, we want it to go over this time. Now, all we're going to do is kind of weave these like you would a lattice pie crust on top. Okay, and then kind of get it snugged up there where you want it. Okay, bring it up there as close as you can. Okay, now I haven't glued anything in place yet, but this is where the gluing happens. If you glue this before you slide it in there, you're going to wind up with glue all over the backs of these, and it's not a good thing. But we get it snugged up in there where we want it, and we're going to just put our little dollop of glue here. Okay, we're going to skip this one. Come to this one here. Oh, a little too much glue there, Valerie. Get a little zealous with the glue. Okay. Now I'm going to flip it over and do these other pieces. Now, if you want to get really fancy and be fussy about the back side of these two, if you want to use both sides, if you want to have both sides look nice, you're going to have to be sure that both sides of your magazine pages or your papers are pretty. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put a backing on it. So, okay, the next one. Okay, we went under this with this here, so this one's going to be over the top. So I'm going to go under this one, under that one, and under that one. Snug it up there. Don't worry about these ends. We're going to trim those off. But snug that up there. I lost my glue. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Oops, what did I do? That over the top. Okay. We got it snugged up there. Now we're going to glue the ones that are on the top. Just a little dab of glue. You just want, these tags are going to be used, you know, or written on or moved about. So you want to be sure that all of these joints are glued. Just a little dab. Not a big deal. Okay. I'm going to flip it over. Do the same thing on the ones that are on the top. Flip it back over. And I'm going to go one more wide here. Let's see. Let's see. We'll go under, over. Snug it up. Be sure that you got some at the top. Now you can either meet it right up or leave a little over to trim off. It doesn't make any difference. Flip it over. A little bit of glue, a little bit of glue. Okay. And we've got all of our joints glued. Now this is a pretty quick drying glue. So I'm using art glitter glue. If you have another glue that's a little bit more forgiving, you might want to give this just a little bit of time to dry. Okay, before you go cutting on it. Okay, now we're just going to trim all the extra off. Let's see, a little bit there. Okay, so this is what we have now. Okay, put the glue stuff on my glue there. Okay, now we're going to cut our corners to make our tag. I don't ever measure this, I just eyeball it. You cut your corner, flip it over to the other side, and then you have the exact same angle. Okay. There we go there. Now I'm just going to take some stick glue, stick this down to some cardstock because I want this to be able to be written on the back, and I don't want all of that to show. So I'm going to stick it down to a piece of cardstock. Cardstock is better for this because I find that regular copy paper you can still see the pattern of the tag through it, so I'm using heavier weight cardstock. Okay, just stick that on there temporarily, and now I'm going to sew all the way around it. Okay. This is Almost done. Okay, now we just trim around your tag. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. I'm going to punch a little hole in the top. And let's see what I've got over here. Oh, I've got some. Let's use this one. And there you go. Isn't that fun? And now you got a place to journal on the back. They all are fun and different. Not quite finished with these, but give it a try, y'all. I think you'll have fun making those. Make them as big or as small as you want to. Okay? God bless you guys. Have fun. Bye.